Hello, hello, hello. How are you guys doing this evening? Well, it is 2:54 a.m. And you want to hear what's really crazy? I feel extremely rested right now. I fell asleep a little bit after 9. I was so tired yesterday early evening. Alex got home from work and he was watching some TV shows. And I was like, do you want to do something? Do you want to hang out? And he was like, I just want to sit in this chair and just relax. He was like, I've had such a day. He was like, I just want to sit in this chair. And I was like, okay, well, I'm going to let you just like watch your shows and stuff. And he was like, do you care? And I was like, no, babe, not at all. Just do your thing. So he was like, what are you going to do? And I was like, I think I'm going to rest for a little bit. And I went upstairs and when I set my alarm, it was 9:05 p.m. or 5 after 9, 9:05. And I brought Boo Radley upstairs with me. And then I remember Alex coming upstairs. And then I woke up at 2 o'clock. And I was like wide awake when I woke up to all of these text messages. Just about random stuff. But I slept through like the majority of the evening. Well, you know, from 9 on. And now I'm like wide awake. So I don't know. I was just listening to the audiobook of my friend Anna. I'm trying to get it done. I'm gonna finish it tonight. When I get off of here, I'm gonna finish it. I have literally 45 minutes left of it to listen to. So and it's getting a little bit more interesting. I don't know. I think it's not a bad book. Like yesterday, I was like, somebody said that they took it out of their Amazon cart or whatever. I mean, it's not horrible. Like I would honestly like, I don't know what I would rate it yet. I'm gonna wait until the book is done. But I will say this, like, it's not a book to like sip slowly, so to speak. Like if you're gonna read it, then I definitely would recommend, it's like kind of raining a little bit. It just started a little bit ago. Do you hear that? If you're gonna read it, I definitely think it's a book that you should read or listen to in a matter of like 2 to 3 days. Because it's very fast-paced, and the way that I've read it, where it's taken me like 2.5 weeks, is just, it feels kind of like trudging through quicksand. So, I definitely think it's a book that should be read in a short period of time. And, yeah. So that was my evening. My day today, I got up, and I've been real congested today. I don't know if it's my allergies or what is going on. But I got up today. We're going to take kind of a different route tonight. I'm going to kind of mix it up today a little bit. I got up today and went and got my coffee. And then I had a bunch of like errands and stuff that I had to do. And then I had to get Pee-Pee's food. And I was at the vet for a while talking to them. Pee-Pee is like being resistant to eating his food, and we're having to change it like every two weeks. And yesterday, was it yesterday or was it Tuesday night? I think it was last night. Oh yeah, because last night was when I went to the casino with Valerie. He was real resistant, and he was, Alex had texted me and been like, Pee-Pee's not wanting to eat his food. Like, I don't know, do you have any suggestions on what to do? And he's like, I'm worried that he's losing weight. And, so I said, give him, because like usually like we'll take up his food so that Boo and Tucker can't eat it, because Pee-Pee will eat a little bit of it, or he'll completely snub his nose at it, and then Boo and Tucker come in and they like eat it right away. So since it's his special food, we have to like put it up, right? And so we put it up, and then, you know, later at night when Pee-Pee's hungry, we put it back down and he eats it, but sometimes he doesn't eat it till like 2 o'clock in the morning. Like I just heated his food up, the rest of his food from tonight, and put it down there, but he actually ate a lot for dinner tonight. So anyway, I said to Alex last night, I said, we'll put, I know we're not supposed to, but like put a little bit of Boo and Tucker's food down, and if Pee-Pee eats it, then we know it's him not being hungry, we know it's the food, and he just doesn't like that food, right? Or he's being snooty about it. Because it's like the stew that he eats. There's like several different kinds. There's like a stew, and then there's like a pate, and the pate smells like, I mean, it smells like sweet potato pie. It actually smells pretty good, but it's like chicken based, and anyway, so he doesn't like the stew. But then Tanya said that he eats, like when she puts the stew down for him, he eats it straight up, like when he's over at the kennel. So maybe, but he's completely separated from, like, you know, Boo and Tucker when he eats there. Like, he can't see them. So I don't know if that's it or what it is, you know? So Alex put down the food last night, and he, like, called me, and he goes, well, it's not the food. And I go, why? And he goes, because he's, like, completely eating the food. So I went today, and I got the pate again instead of the stew. A couple cans of it, because I want to try it. They said there's some other kinds that we can order and try, because this is the kidney disease food that he has to be on. So I got a couple different cans of the pate. He ate it for dinner. He seemed to like it. But we, like, cut it up into really small pieces, and then we heat it up in the microwave. Because, like, apparently if you heat it up in the microwave, it's supposed to, like, make it smell better, obviously. You know, and then he's a little bit more interested in eating it, because it smells more, you know, delicious to him, more delightful. It smells more enticing to him. So he did eat his food, and then I put it down right before I left, and he was, because I had taken him outside, and he was eating the food, so. And I gave him his medicine, little guy. So that was that. What else? What was I gonna say? Went to the casino with Valerie last night, had a great time. Oh my God. We did good last night. She did better than I did, but, so I hit a major, which was $1,000, and then I hit another $200 or $300 on top of that, and that was really exciting. I snuck a $100 bill into Alex's wallet today. He was, like, at work, and he didn't say anything about it. He didn't even know it. Like, I'd snuck it back into, like, where his, like, cash is. He had, like, $6 in there, and I, like, snuck it underneath there. And so he was, like, texting me about what he was going to have for lunch. He was getting Panera today. And I was like, he hadn't said anything about it. And I was like, did you get my present? And he was like, what present? What present? And I was like, I said, I snuck you something in your wallet or whatever. And then he was like, babe, you didn't have to do that. So anyway, that was last night. We had a great time. Valerie hit 2 majors and kept on winning and winning and winning. And she was about $2,500, $3,000 ahead. And that was when I left, and I stayed late. And she was still there when I left. So, yeah, we had a really good time last night, though. It was fun. A lot of people commented on my vlog yesterday, and they were suggesting that I take, like, Excedrin, migraine, different specific medicines that are over-the-counter that are made for migraine. Okay, or for migraine disorder. So this is part of what sucks about my migraine disorder. So I take Depakote for my epilepsy. Well, my Depakote interacts with, I can't take things that have aspirin in them. So Excedrin obviously has aspirin in it, so I can't take Excedrin. I know, it's crazy, isn't it? Because I know there's like Excedrin, like the Excedrin, I think migraine has like caffeine in it too. So that's why I don't take that stuff. I was surprised how many people in the comment sections related to having migraine disorder and having migraines. I used to work with this woman back in the day. And she was like one of the nurses where I worked. And she would come in, and it would be like on a regular basis. And I think she had orbital migraines, and she literally would have to wear sunglasses like during meetings. I've never had that. And I have pretty severe migraines, but I've never had orbital migraines. I kind of can't imagine what that would be like. But she would like wear big, thick sunglasses. I do notice though that on the days that my head is hurting, like bad, that I'm more sensitive to sunlight. But I'm fine with regular sunglasses. I use darker ones sometimes those days, but like they're not like special blue blockers or anything. Is that what they're called? Do you know I'm talking about those ones that go like around your head? I think that's what they're called. So yeah, I did all that, and then I went and reviewed. I went to Joella's Hot Chicken, and they have these pumpkin pie in a jar. They're so cute. And so I wanted to review that. So I got one of those and reviewed it. Everybody was like, why didn't you review the other pies? Well, because they were $4.99, that would have been $15 for the pies, first of all. I didn't need 3 pies. They had 3 different kinds. They had like strawberry pie, they had something else, but I thought, well, I can try these again. I really like the Joella's Hot Chicken. I'm kind of surprised, like I've mentioned it to a couple other people here in town. Like I was talking to a friend of mine tonight, and she was asking me what I reviewed, and I told her, and she was like, yeah, I don't really care for them. She's like, their hot chicken's really not that hot. And I'm like, really? Because like they have this temperature gauge, and so you can ask for it like you just pick like a number, it looks like a temperature gauge, you know? And she's like, yeah, whenever I get it really, really hot chicken, you know, it's not as hot as I wish it was, or I wish it were. And I said, well, I think the sauces are hot too. But I went through there. I love their food. I've had a couple people that have been like, really, really liked their food. My friend that told me to get the vegan chicken, she really likes their food. But I've had a couple people that are just like, yeah, I wasn't really impressed with them whatsoever. So I went there today and I reviewed the pumpkin pie in a jar, and I thought it was delicious. I also got some macaroni and cheese. And then I came home and I did this video called Reading People's Assumptions About Me. And then, let's see what else. Then when I got done with that, I wanted to film my Peterisms video, but my neighbor was outside and she was like watching Netflix and stuff. So I had started filming my assumptions video outside, and I got like 10 minutes into it, and I heard her come outside, and she was like singing and stuff, and then she started watching like Netflix. I just felt bad, so I was like, I'm just gonna go inside. And by that point, it was time to feed the dogs, and so I was just like, and it was like, this is like the 3rd day that I haven't done a Peterisms video, and I really wanted to do one today. So I was like, I'll just do it tomorrow. Because I also wanted to do my Spookathon TBR, because Spookathon starts on Sunday. So yeah, so I gotta figure out what I'm gonna read for that. So yeah, I didn't know that there was a McNamara florist over there. Where am I at on time? So I did all that, and then, I turned on the movie Halloween, and then she came over and was like, do you want to hang out for a second? So I let the dogs outside, and I stood outside and talked to my neighbor, and we were talking about her tomato plants. And what else did we talk about? Just silly stuff, neighbor stuff, you know. And then Alex came home, and we hung out for a little bit. He had just really had kind of a day from hell. He was just worn out today. What a cute little animal hospital. I've never seen that before. So yeah, that was that. I wanted to like clean out more of the closet tonight, but I just, by the time that I was going up there to do that, I was a little bit more excited to rest. I know I haven't shown our bedding yet, but our bed is so comfortable right now. And I just love sleeping in it because it's so comfortable. You know, I don't know if I said this on here the other day, but if you're looking for new bedding and you don't mind spending a little bit of money, UGG, you know, the boot company or whatever, has all, like, they have all bedding, and they have some really beautiful bedding as well. They have like I really want one of those knitted blankets. You know, it's like the huge yarn, you know what I'm talking about? Like, I really want one of those. But I just don't think it's very realistic for our dogs. But anyway, they have like blankets like that. They have like all different kinds of blankets like that. And then they have comforters, and they have sheets, and they have duvet covers. And I have to say, I thought it was all pretty reasonably priced. I'm sure it would make a really, really comfortable bed. Listen, since I did my vlog the other day, so many people have asked me what sheets I got. I don't know what sheets I got, you guys. They're just Jersey sheets. But we have a California king-size bed, so they were like $50. They were like $49.99, I think, or something. But they're so comfortable. We just love Jersey sheets. The only thing about Jersey sheets is this, I would say, and I would say I don't think it matters like how great of brand they are. Like, I would almost suggest not spending a lot of money on them, because I know the last time that Alex got them, he got a blue pair and a gray pair, and he got them from like Home Goods. The reason why is they last, but they don't last forever. And I have to say, they've worn down quicker than most of my other sheets that I've ever had in my life. Like, just like, you know, getting little holes and stuff like that, and then you don't want to use them anymore. And so, I don't know, like, they're so comfortable, but at the same time, they don't last forever. Unlike just like regular sheets. Do you guys remember like Percale and Wondercale? So when I was a kid, my grandma had Wondercale sheets, and I loved them. And in fact, I still have one pillowcase for my grandma, and it was white and it had these little pink flowers all over it. We have it like on this pillow downstairs that we keep for like if people come and sleep over on the couch or whatever. And because I said to Alex the other day, because he got these pillows that he did like a post for on Instagram, and so it's like not a king-sized pillow, it's like a smaller pillow. So I was like, oh my god, I can use my grandma's Wondercale pillowcase for it. And I was telling him about this because when I was a kid, I used to love these sheets, and I had a twin bed. So when my grandma passed, I would put, you know, these sheets on my bed. And my mom would say, why do you love those sheets so much? And I would say, I mean, I had every sheet when I was a kid. I had Scooby-Doo, I had Peter Pan. I liked Peter Pan when I was a kid, obviously, because my name is Peter. But anyway, and then I had my grandma's sheets. And she would say, I don't know what it is, why you love those sheets so much. And I'd say, Mom, they're just so silky and smooth. They're just so nice. And she'd say, they're Wondercale. They're like some of the cheapest sheets out there. But I think it was because my grandma had like washed them so many times or something over the years that they just were like perfect and soft. That house is so cute. You know what I mean? Like, they were washed down so much, they just were like the softest sheets in the entire world. I think I kept like one set of the sheets in case we ever had like a guest bedroom with like twin sheets in it. I remember when I used to go visit my friend in Denver, he, because his son would come out and visit too, so they had like a guest bedroom there, and his son's now an adult, but at the time that I was going to visit, he wasn't. And he had like the guest bedroom had this bunk bed that was like metal, and it was like red metal, and then it had like this ladder that was like blue, and it was very cool. It was like IKEA, you know, like kids furniture or something like that. But it was a really nice bunk bed. And then he always had these like really fun sheets that were like Hawaiian mode, you know, like kind of motif, and it would have like these big flowers and like ladies, you know, like in the hula skirts and all that kind of stuff. And I remember he had this fan, because I always like associate it with Hawaii, I don't know why. He had this fan called an Aloha fan, and it was this little fan, and he would like clip it on to like the end of the thing, because I sleep with a fan. And he always made like the bedroom so nice. And I remember underneath, isn't it funny the things you remember about people, like visiting them? And then underneath his sink, he was the one that actually got me started just using Dial white soap, bar soap. And underneath the sink in the bathroom, he would buy like, I don't know if he would go to like Costco or where, but he would buy like tons of it, right? And so if you open underneath his sink, he would literally have like 30 or 40 bars of Dial white soap just like lined up and on top of each other in the bathroom. I don't know why I remember that. He's also the only person I've ever known in my entire life that could use Vaseline petroleum jelly, and I mean straight out of the jar, as lotion. And it just like completely just went onto his skin like butter. And just like went into his skin like lotion. Like no problem whatsoever. Like if I put a Vaseline on my skin, I would look greasy. He never did though. I used to have so much fun. That whole summer after my mom passed away, when I would go out there and visit him and the boyfriend, now husband, a lot, we had so much fun. I remember. So, my friend drinks, and so when I would go out there, I would drive, like if we went out, and his husband has like a very serious job, so he didn't typically go out with us, because he had to like work and stuff on the weekends. So I would drive, and he had this really nice, like, Rubicon. Well, they both did. They drove, like, Jeep Rubicons, like four-door Jeep Rubicons. Were they four-door or were they two-door? I don't remember. But anyway, he drove a black one, and his boyfriend drove an orange one. And they lived in Cherry Creek in Denver, and they had this amazing townhouse. And, I remember we would like park in the garage, which was like underneath the townhouse, and we had to like walk all the way up, and it was like all just like really like bright light wood floors, and they had like one of those huge love sacks, you know what I'm talking about, and just color everywhere, and it just very much looked like, I don't know. I mean, I know it's kind of cheesy, but like, I mean, he's a painter, he's an artist, but it very much kind of looked like a mix between, you know, IKEA met an art studio, met, I don't know, just some Soho loft. Super cute. They had a super cute apartment and townhouse. I mean, it was not really an apartment. It was like a 3-bedroom townhouse. But, and I remember we would sit on the patio. He had like 2 patios, and they looked straight down the street to where like the shopping, the mall was, a really nice mall down there. And then we would, like every morning, he had this little chihuahua. She passed away. I loved her so much. He would dress her up every single day. She loved little costumes and stuff. And she was really, really little. So like she was like a third of the size of Pee-Pee. And she was just the sweetest little thing. And so he would like dress her up and put her in a sweater or something, you know, but it was always like, she had these very artistic clothes. So it was always like a little Chanel jacket, or it was like a sweater, but it was like real like poofy, you know, and it had like a big collar on it. And she loved it. She just like, he would like hold it open and she would just walk right into it. It was so cute. Oh, it's gonna stop. Hold on. Okay, so anyway, he would put her in these little outfits, and then we would go to the Starbucks in Cherry Creek, and we would just like sit there, and then we would get the crossword, because we had done the crossword for years, and we would just sit there and do the crossword together, and yeah, that's how we would start our day. And then we would come home, and he had to work some, because he, you know, was a painter, so he would work for a couple hours, and then I would read or just relax or something, you know, and watch TV or watch a movie or whatever. And then we would go to the gym in the afternoon. This is probably when I was in the best shape of my entire life. We would go to the gym for like 2 hours. He's in incredible shape. He's a total beast. But anyway, so we would go to the gym in the afternoon, and we would come home and we would take a nap, and then we would go out to dinner, with his boyfriend in the evening, and we come home, and then we would typically go out, because I was over there, you know, like I would go from like a Thursday to like a Monday or something, and I did it like 4 or 5 times that summer. Such a great time. And we would drive around. He would make these CDs for when I came for the weekend of just like all of our favorite music, all his old music, you know, Shalimar and Climax and all these different bands that we used to listen to back in the day. No, I'm not that old to listen to them when they were they originally came out, but we listened to them the second time around, like Meeting in the Ladies' Room. Like Climax. Do you remember that band? Oh my god. Okay. I often wonder like what my life would have. So my plan had been to move to Denver, you know? And then, like I came back from Denver that last time in August, and I kind of already knew that I wanted to be out there. I'd kind of decided that already. And, do you guys ever think that me just driving around in a car talking is weird? So anyway, the one time I'm trying to look for something different chapstick. I can't hear it as. Which kind is this? The Huckleberry? Oh, I wanted the other one. The lip gloss, the Manny lip gloss. Oh, I've been looking for this battery, you guys, all day. It's not charged, it's dead. So when this is up, it's up tonight. But I've been looking for that all day today. Here it was in my bag. I feel like I go through this, like, look, this little fanny pack, and it's like, how does stuff get lost in here? I will never know. But I came back from, here it is. I came back from, it was hiding behind the other one. Oh, that's nice. I came back from, Denver that last time, and there really, I just didn't feel like there was a lot for me here at this point. Tanya was very seriously thinking about moving to Florida at that time, or Tennessee. And, I mean, she was talking about selling the kennel and everything. And she had been for quite some time, even before my mom had gotten sick. And my dad and my stepmom travel so much that I knew that it would be like no big thing for me to fly in for a weekend and stay with them, or for them to come out to Denver, right? So like, I'm like, okay. And, you know, then it was like my aunt, my uncle, and my cousin, but I could come home. I really visioned my life being like, you know, I would come home and I would be here for, you know, I would stay for a week. And because I had kind of like structured my life at that point that like what I was going to do going out there was going to be a complete career shift anyway, where I would basically have a lot of freedom to what I was doing. And so I had decided, I was like, well, when I move out there, you know, like, I can come back and I can visit like 1 week a month or whatever. Because I was going out there for 3 and 4 days. So I was like, well, I can just do the opposite, you know? And I was going out there more than I would plan on coming home. Like, I was going out there like literally every 3 weeks. And so I was like, well, you know, it would be easy for me to come home like every 6 weeks. And then I would just spend time with, you know, Caroline, my aunt and uncle, and her husband Mike, and David, and her son David. And then, you know, my dad and my stepmom and Tanya. And that's how it would be, you know? And, I did not want to be in a relationship. I wasn't looking for a relationship. Like, I wasn't going to, like, turn it down, but I didn't want to start anything here that was going to be permanent. Like, I definitely was seeing myself out of Indianapolis. And I mean, I was intent on leaving. I was intent on moving. I was like, there's nothing for me here anymore. I don't want to be here anymore. Like, it just, a lot of Indianapolis just really reminded me of my mother and her being sick. Like, and I just didn't want to be here. I just didn't want to be here for that anymore, you know? And so, like, I had talked to everybody. I had talked to my dad and my stepmom. I had talked to my aunt and uncle and Caroline, you know, and Tanya. And I mean, I told everybody I'm moving. Like, and this was in August, and I really thought I would be gone by October. So, and I had even talked to Susie when I had been out there, because the last time that I went, we went to Susie's and had vegetarian lasagna. And I think that was part of it too, was that I knew that, like, I kind of had family out there, because I had Susie, you know, and Susie's like family. So, I mean, she basically is family. I've known her my entire life. And, so, I mean, she calls herself Mother Susie to me on the phone and stuff like that. But anyway, I call her my Aunt Susie. So she was out there, and so I knew that, like, I had family out there, you know what I mean? Because her daughters are out there too. And then I went on the date with Alex, and I think that's maybe part of what my resistance was a little bit to going on the date with him. You know, I canceled the date twice before we went, and then we went on the date, and I just was like smitten. I was taken, you know? And it wasn't even like, oh, this is somebody that I think that I could get along with for a little bit. I mean, it was literally like the first day. Like, I was like, I could see myself being with him for the rest of my life. Like, first date. Like, I kind of knew that. And I didn't expect that. I mean, he was young, and I knew of him. Like, it wasn't like my first time meeting him and I didn't know anything about him. Like, I mean, I knew about him through some of his friends, and I had seen him out and stuff like that. He was a wild child, you know? I mean, he was 24 at the time, you know? Like, he was just up here from IU. Like, he wasn't wanting to be settled down and stuff. And then I don't know what happened, you know? Like, I think back about that first, like, year or two of us being together. And, you know, that was when we were going out a lot. Oh my God, I have to drive through here and look at these. They have so many pumpkins and mums. My mums and my front porch are basically dead, you guys. I don't know what happened. I mean, they're not, but they're like half and half. It makes me really sad, because I got them when, before we went on vacation, and when I came back, they were like doing well, and then like 2 days later, they like dried up. Oh, do they not have any mums here? I bet they do in that tent. They have that corn husk. Do you know what I'm talking about? It's like 3-6. I'm getting some of that for the front porch. And then Alex wants a white pumpkin. They're called fairy tales. Did you know that? Does that say 59 cents each? Oh, a pound. And I'll come and get him some of those, and I'll surprise him. But I don't see any mums. They got corn stalks. They call it corn bundles for $7.50. I watched Halloween tonight. Did I say that? I had it on in the background while I was going in and out of my back patio talking to my neighbor, which was kind of really fun. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna start watching Halloween movies every day. But, you know, like, I talk a lot about, like, being, you know, going out all the time, that, you know, first couple years, and, like, for 4 years. The tail end of that, of me being out all the time, was not healthy for me. But that first year and a half, like, we had a blast. I mean, we had a blast. I mean, literally, so this is what, I don't think I really ever talked about this on here, what our first year or two looked like. So, at the time that I met Alex had gotten into a car accident, and he had no car. And, so I was driving him a lot. I was driving him to work and back and whatever. So, and at the time, he was living on the north side of Indianapolis with his mom. So I mean, this is literally like out of the gate. Like, well, that weekend, we went on a date on like, I think it was like a Monday or a Wednesday, I can never remember, he always remembers. And then that weekend, he went to Chicago to visit a family friend, and that was when I went up there and visited him, and that kind of like sealed the whole deal, because he was like, called me at 3 o'clock in the morning, he was like, come visit us, come visit me. It was so funny because somebody today, Christina Randall, actually asked in my video that I did about reading people's assumptions about me. She said, I believe that you're a cuddler. Alex asked me to come and cuddle with him in Chicago. That's what got me to Chicago that night. And anyway, that whole story, I think I've told that on here before about how he got mugged. Oh, that was horrible. So anyway, so I, you know, I would pick him up from work, and then we would go and we would work out every single day. We went and worked out. And then after we would go work out, we would go eat somewhere. Well, a lot of times we would go get these smoothies. There's a smoothie place right by the gym, and I would get the matcha green tea smoothie. Oh my God, I loved it so much. And that place doesn't exist anymore. But then we would go work out. I mean, and we would work out hard. And then we would go eat, and we ate at this place. Is there a Halloween store there? Where is that? Oh, there it is. And a lot of times we ate at this place called Blue, and we would get like chicken Caesar salads. This was obviously when I wasn't a vegetarian. And then we would come home, and we were extremely intimate all the time back then, you know. And I mean, and not that we're not today, but I think, like, you know, when you first start dating somebody, it's like literally all the time, you know what I mean? Like, you can't keep your hands off each other. And so then like Mondays and Tuesdays, Sundays, we would, well, after like a month, like I wouldn't say like the first month or two, he met my family. So we started dating at the end of August. He met my family October, November. And I met his family on Halloween. So September, October. So yeah, so, because I can remember meeting his mom for the first time at this Halloween party. So we, before that, like on Sundays, we would we didn't do brunch back then. I don't really remember what we did, but we would like get pizza, and we would sit around the house, and oh, Sarah lived in town at that point too. So we would do a lot with Sarah. That was before she had moved to LA. And so there was a couple people that we'd like hang out with. We would just like watch movies on a Sunday afternoon, or he and I would go see a movie, and it was very datey, you know? And then Monday and Tuesday evenings, we really didn't do a whole lot of anything. We would just kind of like watch TV and whatever. But I'm telling you, Wednesday on, we were out. I mean, we were out. And Wednesday nights here in Indianapolis, we would go work out, we would have dinner, we would come home, we would take a little bit of a nap and, you know, do our thing. And then we would go to the Jazz Kitchen. And the Jazz Kitchen has, on Thursday nights, they have a salsa night, and we would go there. And I'll never forget the first time I ever saw Alex salsa. He is one of the most incredible salsa dancers in the world. They all are great dancers, but they all dance differently. And Alex apparently was like the dancer in the family from like when he was really little. And so he would, I put videos up of it a lot, but he would like dance in his kitchen when he was like, and Carlitos is like that now. He's going to be a good dancer too. And, but the very first time at the Jazz Kitchen in Broad Ripple and I'm driving through Broad Ripple right now, that I saw Alex dance, I remember I had on, this navy blue, it's actually one of the things I kept in my closet. I had this like navy blue, dark navy blue kind of silky shirt that I would unbutton down to here. And, it was like late summer, early fall. And I was real tan, and I remember he had on this V-neck orange shirt, this diesel shirt. I think I actually got it for him as a gift. So this V-neck orange t-shirt, and I remember these cute jeans that he used to wear that his just like butt was like, my husband has a butt on him and I love it. Anyway, and he's my husband, so I can say that. And it's not inappropriate, but I mean, even if somebody else said it, it's the truth. But anyway, and he used to always wear these like driving moccasins. Do you guys know what I'm talking about? Like little driving moccasins. So he and his cousin Maya, they entered this, she lived here at the time. She lives in Las Vegas now, but Las Vegas. So they entered this salsa contest. They came first runner-up, okay? They didn't win, but it was like an older couple, and I think they like let them win because they felt bad for them. But I remember they salsa'd to Celia Cruz, who I didn't really know much about her music, and I'm a huge Celia Cruz fan now. But I will never forget them out there salsa. And I mean, I watched him, and I was like, that was like early on in our relationship. That was probably like the first month, and I just was like, I am so screwed. Like, I am so done. Like I am so in love with this guy. And I remember, like, when they were dancing, and, like, he looked over at me, and I was sitting, like, on this booth with this friend of ours that, she's, like, since married and has kids and stuff. But she was real sultry, and I remember we were sitting there. You know, it's like a different world for me. Like, I felt like I was in a different world because, I mean, culturally, you know, they're playing all this music, and, you know, nobody's speaking English, and they're all drinking, like, whiskey in a glass with no ice and stuff. And it's, you know, it's just like this different world. And I remember she was, like, telling me what was going on. She was so sweet. And I remember she was leaning in on one side, and he looked over, and it was so hot in that bar. I'll never forget that. And he looked over and winked at me from the dance floor, and I just was like, oh my God, I love this guy. And that was it, you know? So we would do that on Wednesday nights, and then Thursday nights, I can't remember what we did on Thursday nights. There was something that we went and did. And then on the weekends, we would go to drag shows, and we went out to the gay bars a lot when we first started dating. Like, our first year we went to, but there just really aren't that many gay bars here in Indianapolis. Alex is always like, well, the Metro always has a line, and he loves teenies, but I've never been to teenies. I haven't been to the Metro in years. So, you know, who knows? But that's what we used to do. We would go out all the time. We kind of, like, cultivated a group of friends, like, our first year. Well, his friend that visited from Dallas, he lived here at the time. And then Alex's other friend whose wedding we went to. Like, the three of them were, like, really, really good friends before Alex and I started dating. His friend from Dallas, we used to do stuff with all of the time. Like, he was always, like, he would say even, like, I feel like I'm the third wheel. And we were like, you're not the third wheel. And so it was always the three of us. And, like, he would sleep over. Like, we would go out on, like, a Saturday night, and he would sleep over on the couch downstairs. I'm laughing because we have a stuffed animal. I don't know where I got it. I think I got it at, like, Barnes & Noble or Borders or something back in the day with Borders. I miss Borders bookstore. But, and it's, like, this little monkey, and his name is Monty. And so he would always say that, like, when we came home, he would be a little intoxicated, and he would say, I don't need a boyfriend, I just need Monty. Monty loves me forever. And so we would joke with him, but we would make him a bed on the couch, and then we would come home, we would go get Steak and Shake or something, and we would come home. Then we would all wake up the next day, and we would go to brunch or something. That's what we usually did on Sundays back then. We would go to brunch, but it was like Denny's brunch. It wasn't like Cafe Padish. We were a little less bougie back then. We still do love the Denny's, though. My husband loves it so much. He loves the French fries and chicken fingers at Denny's. It's like his favorite thing. When he's really, really wanting to eat bad, he'll be like, can we go to Denny's so I can get chicken fingers and French fries? They do have the best French fries, but if you get their fries, get seasoned fries. Don't get their regular fries. Their seasoned fries are the bomb there. So yeah, it was fun. Like, we had so much fun. And then that November, we went to Las Vegas for the first time. I took him to Las Vegas, and he had never been, and we had a blast. And then came back and had Thanksgiving with both of our families. Thanksgiving's always kind of tricky for us, though, because, like, my family does, like, a very traditional Thanksgiving. Caroline, actually, we were just like, there's a huge group text that we're all part of now for Thanksgiving. My cousin, she is so fantastic. She made reservations for us at just the most amazing restaurant for Thanksgiving. I'm so excited. And it's actually really not that expensive. I was kind of surprised. And it's like a full course meal, like, you know, ham and jerky, but I don't eat that. But I looked on the menu. There's a lot for me to eat that I can eat. So I'm just going to have to carb it up that day. Carb it up, Peter, and get mashed potatoes and macaroni and cheese and all that kind of stuff that day. So anyway, but, you know, like, and Alex loves a traditional Thanksgiving. Like, he absolutely loves a traditional Thanksgiving. My dad and my stepmom don't usually do anything for Thanksgiving. I've said this on here before. My dad is really, really like private, but like even like you know, he works and then like they travel and they do their own thing. But like other than like Christmas and stuff, like they'll do a few family things throughout the year, but they're like just pretty much by themselves. And I mean, unless we go out to lunch with them or something like that, they don't really typically do stuff for Thanksgiving or Easter. They used to do a lot with my stepmom's dad, but her dad passed away a couple years ago. The same year that my uncle passed away, not my Uncle Dave, my dad's brother. I believe I was vlogging at that time, because I do believe I vlogged when I was going on my way up to the funeral or the ceremony, the celebration of life. I think he passed away maybe about 6 months before that or 6 months after that. I can't remember, but she was really close with her dad. And, so they would like go to like Christmas service and stuff with her dad, and then they would like go out to eat somewhere. And, the same thing on Thanksgiving. So, and then, so Alex loves a traditional Thanksgiving. Well, when my aunt was alive, you know, she would do this hugely traditional Thanksgiving with the help of Mike and Caroline. And Caroline's husband, Mike, is like one of the most fantastic cooks in the entire world. And so this year she was like, we're just going to go out to eat. It'll be easier and whatever. And I'm like, I'm all about all that. Y'all know I love to go out to dinner. So I'm all ready for all that. But, you know, Alex loves stuffing and he loves all this. Like last year, like the only thing that my husband loves at Thanksgiving that he could just eat the whole thing, that's it. I mean, and don't get me wrong, I mean, he does turkey. The only thing he won't eat is, he doesn't like meat on the bone, so he doesn't like ham, he doesn't like, anyway. But he loves turkey with gravy, he loves mashed potatoes, he loves macaroni and cheese, and he loves stuffing. Loves it. Loves stuffing like nobody's business, okay? And good stuffing. Like, he thinks Stouffer's is a joke. Like, a couple years ago, nobody in his family was making Stouffer's, or my family was out of town. I can't remember when this would have been. My family was out of town, and his family wasn't going to make stuffing, so I made stuffing. And I got like 5 boxes of Stouffer's, because I'm nobody's gonna make stuffing from scratch kind of person. So I got all these boxes of Stouffer's and I made this huge thing of it, and I took it over there, and he was like, he wouldn't touch it. He was like, this is Stouffer stuffing. He was like, I don't want this. When back in the day, we would get like a box of Stouffer's each and just like cook it up and eat it for dinner. Okay, like, that's who we were back then. It's gonna stop, hold on. I'm gonna go get a Diet Coke, I'm thirsty. So yesterday my vlog said, I stopped the vlog and noticed that you're like really red in the face, and they were like, I don't know, thinking like they were worried about my health or something. Like, like maybe I had like high blood pressure or a heart attack. I got real worried about it. And then like I got in the car tonight and I was like thinking about it. And I mean, I get medical checkups pretty regularly, but with my neurologist. But I got in the car tonight, and I think it's because of the temperature in here. It's like, the temperature is so weird in the car. It is 68. It's actually warm outside tonight. It's not like chilly. The temperature this week has been so up and down. I'm gonna actually pull through Dunkin' Donuts really quick, because I want to see what the I want to see if there's anything on here that I need to review, first of all. So Alex likes really good stuffing, like homemade good stuffing. And then, you know, our family friend Carol, she has like the most incredible stuffing in the entire world. But his family will do like kind of lattes, cappuccinos, americanos. Oh, they're doing basically the same thing that Starbucks does. They do the happy hour now. Okay, I see what you're doing. Pumpkin donuts and munchkins. What is that? Get Goblin? Stirring Oreo hot chocolate? Spider specialty donut. I'm coming through here tomorrow, and this is what I'm getting. Do you guys want to see? Look at that. That's going to be my review tomorrow. Can I tell you how much fun I have on my review channel? I live for it. And then I'm gonna go over here to Boston Market where I haven't been in forever. I'm gonna see if they have anything to review. Does Boston Market have anything to review? Prime rib. You can get a free cookie just for joining the app. They probably don't have anything here, do they?
Thank you for your visit, but we are currently closed. Please visit us again during our normal business hours.
That scared the hell out of me. Seasonal side. Loaded roasted potatoes. I have a feeling that all their sides have kind of like, do they have stuffing? Their mac and cheese is so good. Anyway, I think I'm gonna start doing this contest in my review where I compare macaroni and cheese. I don't remember what I was saying. Oh, stuffing. Thanksgiving stuffing. Alex loves a very traditional Thanksgiving, and he gets very upset because his family always promises him they'll make stuffing. That's like the only thing he asks for, and like they don't, like the thing is that they're not from here, you know, like they moved here when Alex was 12, so like they don't have like family recipes of stuffing. So 2 years ago, his mom, like he wanted stuffing made, and they didn't make him stuffing. I just remembered what happened. They didn't make him stuffing. And it was like, so their Thanksgiving is like turkey. I mean, he loves it, but it's like turkey and mashed potatoes and then like plantains and like his Aunt Jackie cooks. She's a great cook, but it's like a very, it's mixture of like everything, right? Like American and Venezuelan food. And we got there, and like literally the first thing he did was he walked over to the stove and he was like, we're not having stuffing. Like he was like, oh my God. He was like, that's all I want is stuffing. I ask for every year. So last year his mom made stuffing. You guys, I mean, I love his mother. I think she is one of the most fantastic people in the entire world. I don't know what she did to this stuffing. It was the weirdest thing I had ever tasted in my entire life. It was so weird. You guys, and like she made like a regular and like a vegetarian kind, and I felt so bad because the vegetarian was for me and she knew how much I love stuffing. It was kind of soup. It was basically a soup. There was no stuffing to it. There was no fluffiness to it. I think there were no breadcrumbs in it. It was basically like a soup, and like Alex didn't even like mince words about it. He was just like, this is disgusting. I'm not eating this. It was like, I don't know what this is supposed to be, but this is not stuffing. It was bad. It was just really bad. She even knew it was, but God love her. She tried so hard, you know. I just thought to myself, did I pass the Diet Coke place? The Diet Coke place, that means McDonald's, right? Just in case you didn't know. Here's my doodler. My friend back in high school, she used to always call them doodlers, so I still call them doodlers. I don't know why. But I did win all this change. Well, I didn't win all this change, but I had all this change last night when I cashed out my winning ticket at the casino. The casino. I'm going to call it the casino from now on. My winning ticket from the casino. What is this? There's like a nail. Oh, it's raining again. I have exactly 11 cents. Isn't that what I need? Do you know what makes me really sad is when you see ambulances leaving from retirement homes. There's one up here leaving right now. Does that make you sad? Makes me sad. Ooh, it's toasty in here. I'm getting my Diet Coke ready so that when I finish my vlog, I can settle in for the last 45 minutes of Anna, the crazy heiress. Mel texted me today. She's like, you had me cracking up in your vlog when I was going off about that, Anna. It's just some of the lines are like, I don't know if like it's, like when you read something, you're like, that is either geniusly written or it's just so bad I don't even know what to think. And there's one point, so the girl's name is Anna Delvey, and like her Snapchat is Delvey with a D, like at the end, D, like Delvied. And she's like, I looked at it and realized that's exactly what had happened to me. I've been Delvied. I was like, okay, like, I don't know what I'm supposed to do with that. Like, I don't know if I love it or if I think it's ridiculous. But now I'm at the point where I'm so secretly obsessed with this book that I can't shut up. I can't stop talking about it. And I can't stop watching videos about it. Like, I'm watching all these interviews. I've seen her, I feel like I've seen her tell her story, the same story 9 million times. And she, I don't know. Maybe that's part of it, is that like when she comes across as kind of, I mean, this is a girl that's a 30-year-old photo editor for Vanity Fair. She's lived a life, okay? And she comes across as if Dorothy in The Wizard of Oz a little bit. Freshly brewed sips. You got this. Hot and deliciously juicy. I don't really crave meat very much anymore. It's interesting. Like that double quarter pounder with cheese. Like, I mean, it's weird. Like when I look at it, I don't think to myself like, oh my God, it's been so long since I've been a vegetarian. I think like, okay, that looks good, but I don't necessarily look at the process, even though it says right there, fresh beef cooked with your order. I mean, like, how do you look away from that? But I don't really think about it. I don't know. I think it's because of all of like the meat replacements and stuff that they have now. Although supposedly the Impossible Burger is not super healthy. I mean, it's not healthy at all. They're saying that it causes cancer. Which when we went to Cheesecake yesterday was a deciding factor in why I didn't get it. And I'm not saying that I will never eat it again. I'm just saying that like I need to go in and do a little bit of research. It must be busy tonight. Oh. I need to go in and see. I need to go in, and it's the same woman that's here every time. I feel so bad for her. I need to go in and see the Books and Lala. Do you guys watch BookTubers? If you watch BookTubers, you need to go check out Books and Lala. She is one of my favorite BookTubers in the entire world. And she's so genuine and sweet.
Thank you, Madonna, for cash. Only give me one moment, please.
I was looking up the challenges on the...
Okay, go ahead, your order, please.
Can I get a large Diet Coke, please?
Anything else for you?
Nope, that's it.
All right, 109.
Thank you.
Please.
She always looks right at the camera when I come through here, so just assume she doesn't want to be on camera. Why did I just turn this off? I'm trying to get it to defrost to work. 109, here's 110. So, if you do not know who, her name is Caleb, and she goes by Lala. And she is a fantastic booktuber from Canada. Did she say first window or second window? So she used to do Spookathon with 2 other people. Last year I did it too. But she did this announcement video where it was, I wouldn't say an afterthought, but she was like, she's doing it because people are asking her. But so anyway, I'm gonna do Spookathon. It starts on the 14th, which is, what is today, the 11th? 12th, 13th, it's Monday, so Sunday going into Monday. And it goes to the 20th, and it's all spooky thrillers. So the challenges, there are 5 challenges. Read a thriller, which I think for that one I'm gonna read The Chain. Read a book with red on the cover. Read a book with spooky word in the title. Read a book with a spooky setting, and read something you wouldn't normally read. Read something I wouldn't normally read is going to be the graphic novel by Rainbow Rowell, called Pumpkinhead, I think it's what it's called. I've been waiting for it to come out. And then, so let's read a thriller and then read something you wouldn't normally read. I love Spookathon. It's one of my most favorite readathons of the year. And then read a book with red on the cover. I have absolutely no idea what that's going to be. Maybe Witch's Sister, because I've been wanting to get into that series forever. I read it when I was a little kid, and I know that the cover has red, and it's short. Read a book with a spooky word in the title. I mean, the reality is I'm not going to read 5 books. I'm just not. I'll be lucky if I even read 2. So, and when I finish this Anna book, I'm probably going to start Now Entering Adamsville, and by Francesca Zappia. So I don't, like, I mean, I don't know if I'll really consider that, like, one of my books for Spookathon or not. I probably will. I'll probably consider that one of my books. And then read a book with a spooky setting. Well, maybe that will be my Welcome to Adamsville book, or Now Entering Adamsville. And then read a book with a spooky word in the title. I don't know what that would be. But I'm excited about it. It's crazy when you look at some of these booktubers and the amount of views that they get on their videos. Thank you. I don't need change. Thank you. Like, I'm looking at this one, and it's like, it's a book review, and it has 251,000 views on it. $230,000. I mean, it's crazy to me. But I think, like, this is the one thing. You know, ever since I've been on YouTube, I just don't pull the same audience, obviously, because I'm older, you know. I definitely think that, you know, YouTube is an easier market for when you're younger. I think people that are younger subscribe faster and easier. I think more mature audiences, I think, are a little bit more protective of who they subscribe to. Like, they just don't subscribe to somebody right away, where I think somebody younger will subscribe right away. I think if you're young too, other people will, you know, obviously, you know what I mean? So it's always kind of been an uphill battle for me, as far as being on YouTube and the audience and stuff. But I think the difference is that I've cultivated a different kind of audience. One of the things I really enjoy is that, I mean, I know that my audience isn't all over 65, but I also know that they're, you know, not all 22. And one of the things that I love is that whenever I talk about the age group of the people that watch my videos, it's so crazy. Like, if you read the comments, like, literally people will say, I'm like wondering why I got so cold in here. It's because I have it on low. Okay. People will say, well, I am 65 or I am 70 and I watch your videos every night and I love them. And then other people will say, oh my God, you were talking about being in high school. I watch your vlogs while I'm getting ready for school in the morning and I'm 15. And there's like this huge broad range of how old people are that watch my videos. And I love that. It makes me so happy that especially my vlogs appeal to any age group. I love that, you know, that you don't have to be like any certain age to watch my channel. So anyway, now tomorrow night, Alex was supposed to go to this country music concert with a friend of his, Luke Bryan, I think is who he was supposed to go see. Which I thought was really funny because I'm a huge Luke Bryan fan, and they only had one ticket. Alex was like, you can go if you want because it's supposed to rain and I don't want to go. I was like, no, I'm good. But then Melissa was talking the other night about going to this haunted, I don't know, it's like this haunted thing they're going to tomorrow night. And it's Aaron and Eric, Melissa and Jason, and then they asked if Alex and I wanted to go. And so Alex was like, yeah, we're gonna go. But like, nobody messaged anybody about it today and said like, well, this is the time that we're going, or this is what, you know, we're gonna do, or whatever. So I don't know anything about that. I don't know what time it's supposed to happen. I know that Alex works till about 5 or 6 tomorrow and then he's done. So I have no idea what time we're going to do that tomorrow night, if we're going to do that or not. Well, I'm sure they are doing it. I just don't know what time it's going to go. I would think not till later, because it would have to be when it was dark outside, right? So, listen, I could stay at home, and I could not go, but I think I'm going to go and just not do the haunted house. I don't love haunted houses. Like, they scare the hell out of me. They always have. I don't like jump scare stuff. Like, it really does scare me. And not, like, scare me in a good way. Like, scares me in, like, a terrifying way. So, I don't think I am going to do... Well, I think I'm going to go, but I'm not going to do the haunted house. And I think there's, like, a hayride and some other stuff. But at least I'm still participating, you know? And I'm having fun with my friends and my husband. So, that's what we're doing tomorrow night. And then... Saturday, I can't remember, he was going to do some walk with his friend. She's doing some walk, oh, it's the Alzheimer's walk, and so he was going to do the walk with her maybe on Saturday, depending on, like, the weather and the time and stuff, because it's early. And then, he told me what we were doing Saturday, or what he was doing Saturday night. I can't remember, because he asked me if I wanted to go too. Whatever it was, it wasn't super serious, because he said, later he was like, I may not even end up doing it, I may just stay at home and relax. And then Sunday, we were talking about making plans in the early evening, and then I was like, I have my live stream for my book club on Thursday or Sunday. I totally forgot, because it was supposed to be last week. But we moved it, because Mel's family was in town. So, we have that on Sunday. Which I'm excited about that. I'm excited to talk about this book. I got some things to say about this book. I have some things to say about this book. My face does look red on here, but it doesn't during the day. I don't know if it's maybe like the light shining on my face or whatever at night. Maybe I have rosacea. Somebody said in my comment sections that, I was talking about that fox yesterday, that fox come around their dogs, and that they don't let them play with them. And I was thinking of that movie back in the day, The Fox and the Hound. Remember they made the remake of it? But there was that movie called The Fox and the Hound, the cartoon version of it. And, it was funny, because when I was watching him yesterday, I'm assuming it's him, this little fox, you know, he was just like hopping around the grass. He was so sweet. And, I actually have a video of him. You guys want to see a picture of him? Well, I'm not going to pull it up, but it never shows in my videos anyway when I'm trying to show it. But, what is that place? Oh my God, there was a Yaks there? I didn't know that. I love Yaks. It's like red beans and rice, Creole. They have great vegetarian meals in there. But anyway, I was thinking about that, and I was thinking, like, it was so funny, because when I saw him, I thought, oh my God, he would have so much fun with Boo Radley and Pee-Pee and Tucker. And then I was like, I don't think I would ever let him be around my dogs. Like, I would be scared if a fox was around my dogs, you know? I hope it's warm this week, so that when we have Spookathon, I can sit outside and read a little bit. You guys, it is bad. I can't read anymore without reading glasses. Like, there was a period where I could kind of hold out the book. And in all honesty, I just really don't enjoy reading a book anymore, because it just, like, it strains my eyes. And it's so sad, because I love reading. And I thought about getting books. I mean, I can't even believe I'm about to say this. I thought about getting books that have big print. I cannot believe that my reading eyesight has gotten so bad at my age. I don't know why. Like, my eyes are very similar to my mom. My dad is farsighted, and my mom was nearsighted. And my dad did not need glasses until he was probably 40-ish. Like, glasses, not just bifocals. But my mom, she had glasses like her whole life, and she wore contacts her whole life. My mom wore hard lenses back in the day. So you guys remember those? We need to take them out and clean them in that thing and everything. I don't know why this light did not change. But anyway, so she wore contacts and glasses always. Excuse me, really thick ones. But she also needed reading glasses and bifocals. But I just didn't think, I mean, she had the glasses where it had like, you know, the beveled glass in it, where like the top was like the eyesight, the bottom was like the bifocals. I never honestly thought that I would get to the point where I really like needed that. Like, where I needed reading glasses all the time to read. And it's like here, like in the car, I can see like everything is totally crystal clear and it's fine, right? But it's like when I am like looking at, like, especially like at a menu in a restaurant, like I cannot see it. Like I literally cannot see the menu. I'm like holding it out like this, like my dad used to do. And the problem is when I read a book, I read it about this length, right? Well, it's just blurred and it hurts, like it immediately hurts. So then I have to wear my reading glasses, but when you're wearing your reading glasses, you're constantly up and down, like if somebody walks by you, like if you're sitting outside reading and somebody walks by you, like look up, so you're looking over the glasses. So when you look back down, it's strained. So it's like your eyes are constantly going in and out, and it's strange. And it's just tiring on your eyes to read a book. I know it's like stupid, but if anybody has gone through this that has a suggestion, or is an avid reader that went through this and just at some point, because this is what the thing is, I think it's really been discouraging me from writing for the last year. I think, in all honesty, I know it sounds crazy, but I think it has a lot to do, oh, it's gonna stop, hold on. Okay, I think it has a lot to do with why I haven't like wanted to sit down and read. And I don't even know that maybe I was conscious of it, you know, that I just was like, I just don't want to sit down and read because my eyes, you know, hurt when I read. And so, I mean, I've always loved audiobooks, obviously, but I used to read all the time. Like, I mean, I used to tear through books. So if you've gone through that and you have any suggestions, or if it just gets better and you just push yourself through it and read, would you let me know? I'd really appreciate it. I need to get on and order some new reading glasses too, because most of the reading glasses I have right now are broken, or scratched, or dirty. Look at how dirty these are, constantly dirty. Look at that. But like, I'm not really sure how you keep reading glasses clean all the time, unless you keep them in a container and you take them out very, very carefully. You know, like a sunglass container or something like this, and then you take them out very, very carefully when you're gonna wear them. Do I have sunglasses up here? I never use this thing. Oh, I do have sunglasses up here. I think these are the broken ones, though. These are the broken ones. Yeah, these are broken. I actually can throw these out. The nose thing keeps on falling off on it. I have other sunglasses in here, not just the key sunglasses. I know since everybody thinks I always just wear those. I think I have my Ray-Bans in here. These are from like, I got these the year that we got married. I never wear them. I wear my sunglasses at night. They're really small for my fat head is what the truth is, but I used to wear them all the time and I loved them. And I have a pair of tortoiseshell ones, and I have a pair of, did I get Alex? I got Alex tortoiseshell ones, and then I have aviators at home too. I can't reach my other sunglasses in here. What are these? I don't know what these are. Oh, these are key sunglasses. Hi. Those are so comfortable. You guys, I am like loving cleaning my closet out. Like, I feel so good about my clean closet and getting rid of all that stuff. And I have this area where I keep like my jeans, my hoodies, my t-shirts and stuff. And when I get out the top done, I think I'm gonna put my hoodies up there. And then I think this one area I'm gonna use for just like my fanny packs, my hats that I use on a regular basis, sunglasses. Like, I'm gonna have just one shelf just for that. What do you think about that? I think that's a cute idea. And then I'm gonna go through my motivation clothes again. I started putting the clothes from the corner of the bedroom up today in the closet. So we'll get that up here soon. But anyway. Well, all right, listen, I'm gonna get off here and get back to being delvied by Anna, my friend Anna. And I'm gonna get off here because, yeah. Anyway, I love you guys, and I hope you are having an amazing Friday. Unless you have other plans, like I always say, don't have other plans. Do something fun. Make fun plans for this weekend, even if it's just watching a series. Maybe I'll binge watch a series this weekend. We'll see. Shane's new episode of his Jeffree Star series is coming out on Friday, so there's that to watch, and y'all know I'll be making my drama video and having to say my say over there, so come over and please watch that. And if you want to watch my assumptions video, I did that on my channel today. I will be making videos on all 5 of my channels on Friday. So if you're watching this, make sure that you check out all of my other 5 channels. Would you also do me a favor, please, if you've made it this far? And would you please make sure that you're subscribed to my channels and that you like this video? I would really appreciate that. Leave a little blue heart in the comment section if you made it this far. And yeah, do something fun this weekend, you know? It's Halloween. It's Halloween season, if you like Halloween. And if nobody else has told you this today, I love you. Make sure that you look at yourself in the mirror every single day and you tell yourself how important you are and that you are loved and that you are valuable. I love you, you are valuable, and that most importantly that you pass it on to somebody else. Well, first of all, do your daily affirmations. Get centered on a daily basis. Feel good about yourself. And I know it's a struggle for many of us. I've had my fair share of days where I just didn't love myself very much. You know, we have to work on it. And I talked about that today in my assumptions video about how, you know, we have tools for that today. And most importantly, make sure that you pass it on to somebody else and let them know how important they are to you. Just call somebody up randomly, send them a card, a note, I don't know, bake somebody a loaf of bread, do something sweet for somebody, make somebody some cookies, do something different, you know, make somebody else feel good today. Just do some random act of kindness. And I love you guys, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye. Love ya!